Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Julianne Hoore, the bearded bombshell of the Scottish drag scene. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Episode 9, and the fascinating Fascinators runway. Of course, the drag queens this week were doing the Snatch Game, and it was so incredible. My absolute favourite had to be Gottmik doing Paris Hilton Sliving. It was so good, so fantastic. Such a great choice for Gottmik as well. It's kind of like in her wheelhouse of kind of how we know her, like high gorge, like all that kind of characterization that we know of Gottmik. So that was great. I just wanted to highlight that because that was phenomenal. And moving straight on into the runway, first up we have is Olivia Lux giving mad scientist with this kind of fascinator that looks like mercury that's been spilled on her head. It really looks like it's in movement, which is fantastic. The look itself, a beautiful white lab coat made out of like vinyl or something. It stands so incredibly well, looks flawless, and that blue glove looks brilliant. I love the size of it, especially it gets bigger up her sleeve as well. It looks fantastic, as well as that she's matched it to her blue lip. Brilliant. I do wish if she was going for like mad scientist, she really went for it. Like her makeup didn't really go there, the hair didn't, but you kind of want the fascinator to really stand out in this piece. But then her characterization didn't really go there that much either, which is I think a bit of a miss on her end, which is a bit of a shame. But nevertheless, the look had me gagged. Next up we have is Rosie with a massive rose on her head. Great for branding, of course. I think this look was stunning. I think it was a really beautiful look, head to toe, fantastic. Some elements I would have changed myself. I did like obviously the size of the silhouette that she was giving in terms of her hips, but I kind of wish it kind of went down and kind of like dissipated a little bit at the bottom, just so it really made her hips look big and huge and made her look kind of like hourglass, but going back in again, really pinned in. I think that would have really worked for the look. And then the waist itself didn't really stand out because it was just the same colour of red. I did love the spikes on it being like thorns. That was very clever, kind of making that a whole concept. But I wish it was kind of maybe a black or like forest green to kind of be like the stem with thorns on it, you know, and kind of make her waist kind of look really cinched in, and then the ruffles of the red just coming out, sprouting out. That would have really have like finished and finessed the look, you know. Nevertheless, Rosie is a rose that I would pick any day, and it's a gag. Next one we have up is Utica giving us Picnic at the Park, and Utica has the wackiest ideas for things, which is so fantastic. The fascinator, of course, being a picnic basket on her head. Her bodysuit is the picnic blanket, and then she has ants running up her leg, which is fantastic. A brilliant idea. Again, head to toe look. Utica really thinks outside the box, but then make sure she gets all her details in. Like for example, I'm pretty sure her earrings are meant to be like look like food, but they're again very small, like her little black dress earrings that you can't really tell what they are. I'll need to see it in the photo shoot afterwards, which I'm sure I'll have up here. But yeah, I love the entire look. The stockings looked great. I love the asymmetric silhouette with the one sleeve being puffy, one sleeve just being slim and slender. It was a whole fantastic look. The look is so fantastic, it has me gagged. Next up we have is Symone giving us the most powerful message we have ever seen, period, on the Drag Race runway stage. First off, I want to talk about the look. The look itself is a beautiful, elegant white dress with a fascinator that's giving me kind of Philip Tracy vibes. She looks stunning, head to toe. As standard, very Symone. But it's more, there's more to this, and as soon as she turned around I had shivers when you could read what it says, and it says say their names in tribute to the black lives that we have lost, particularly of course in the States due to racism, hate crimes, police brutality, and that was just it's just fantastic. It's giving me shivers now again. The look itself was such a simple elegance that she really drove home the message that she was wanting to send in terms of the police brutality and racism in America. So powerful, and as she'll say the names just going down in her confessionals, that was so powerful. Symone really has brought something so unique to the stage of Drag Race that it's it's never been seen before. There's other queens that have been close. For example, Mariah Balenciaga's Variety performance, really powerful message with the blood on the wall. Oh, that was fantastic. Really tells us all that Black lives still matter. Like, this isn't over because we all campaigned last year. Like, this is still happening. Black trans lives are still at risk. So please keep educating yourself, keep educating others in your immediate family, your immediate friend circle. Research, donate, campaign as much as you can, where you can. And Symone, keep gagging us with your fascinating looks. Next up we have is our beautiful trans queen, Gottmik, giving us punk, rock, fantasy. Now, let's talk about this headpiece. This headpiece Fascinator is so fantastic. The size of that safety pin is so ridiculous, but it's so wonderful. And then the little blood dripping from it, of course, crystallized. That was phenomenal. Fantastic. Loved that. And then the leather dress jacket that she had on that matched her boots so incredibly well. I think they were both like graffiti spray painted the same way, same technique, that it was just head to toe look. This was really Gottmik's episode, killing the Snatch Game, killing the runway as per usual. And as for her makeup, I think this was a great time to like really bring back her white face. You know, like start of the season you kind of want to show variety, show variation, but this is her signature. Her white face is her signature. You see it all over her Instagram, and it was great to bring it back. And this was definitely the right look to bring it back with. Gottmik always has me gagged. Skating in next we have is Denali giving us a little waitress at the diner, and I thought this look was fantastic. There is simplicity to it, I will give you that. It is a fairly simple dress, but the fascinator that she has as the cup on her head with the jug of coffee being poured in is fantastic. It's phenomenal. It looks so good. And then the food that she's carrying, that she's coming in on skates as well, really sells the character. And it wasn't just like it was a simple dress, it was very classic, but you know, it was amped up a little bit with like the large lapels, you know, and the shape of it. I did really like it, and I think she did go far enough to really sell the look, especially with all those pieces, the fascinator, the tray of food, everything, the skates, really brought that look home. I really don't think she needed some elaborate dress to really take this look and to make it something brand new. You know, it's like sometimes it's going with what you know can also be the best, and then take what's around it to bring the character to life. And you know what? She brought it to life and has me gagged. Next up is Elliot with two T's and this awful flamingo look. I don't believe it's flamingo. I think she probably said that after the fact, because Michelle said it, and then she said it in her confessionals. That's where I kind of see this look as. I don't believe she was intentionally going for flamingo. This look is so awful. The hair was the first thing that stood out to me. It just looked really bad. I mean, I have fairly dry looking hair, but that has gone through some hedges, like, and has been through, like, put through a washing machine and dryer, and then she put it on her head. Like, that was, awful. And then the fascinator is feathers. I mean, fairly simple, especially compared to some of the other queens like Gottmik, Denali, even Symone, who's going for like a very simple fascinator. You know, like, it was just a beautiful fascinator at that, whereas she just got some feathers sticking out, which anyone can do, you know, like, where's the elevation to it? And then the look. Was it flowers on her bodysuit, jumpsuit? I'm not quite sure. It looked like flowers from a distance. It looked awful. That one baggy leg looked stupid. If it was meant to be flamingo, fair enough, but like, it didn't read flamingo. Like, the pinks were all different shades. If you're gonna go flamingo, go bright, you know, like, or that like really pastel pink, and make sure all your pinks are the same color, which they clearly were not. And then, like, wear the wings, like, have like big drapey wings instead of like a big drapey leg, you know, like, or have that as well, whatever. Nevertheless, Elliot, as always, pretty much, it's a hag. Racing in on next, we have is Tina Berner, also giving us an animal, a horse instead, which was very strange. The fascinator looks so cheap. It's like a toy that she's like cut up and then plonked on her head. The overall look is not as bad as some of her looks, I will give her that. You know, like, yeah, the Fascinator may have looked cheap, but you know, like, she had all the things that she needed to have. The little ribbon, the winner's wreath around her neck, the brown suit, which was nicely padded, gave her a good silhouette. You know, she had all those elements there. I just don't think it was great, especially when we've seen, for example, it was, who was it again? Davina De Campo on season 1, where she had that kind of racehorse meets jockey look, which was phenomenal, but taking it like to like different kind of shape and silhouette and taking those elements and making it great, whereas she's just like plonked a horse on her head and she's got brown because that's horse is brown and here's a ribbon and here's a wreath, you know, like where's the unexpected element of this? You know, there's something new in this, and I just don't see it in Tina's look. Any of her looks. Nevertheless, this isn't as bad as some of her runways, so I am going to give this a gag. And last up we have is Candy Muse, and her Fascinator was feathers, it looked like, spelling out Muse on her head, which was cute, but I think it was so delicate and so small you could barely see what was going on. Yeah, wasn't quite a fan of the headpiece, and the dress is fairly simple as well, like a tiered dress in houndstooth. Love that kind of fabric. It was nice, it was cute, but I think she was expecting to make it like the most fashionable thing, stunning, and then you have queens like Symone and what they bring, you know, like it's, how do you compare the two? Like hers is runway ready, and hers is off the rack ready. Like, you know, it's not the same. It's not a bad look, it's just not wowing me enough to say this is the most fascinating, beautiful thing that I've ever seen her in, because it's not. But it is still a gag. And that is it for the queens this week, and unfortunately we are saying goodbye to Elliot with 2 T's. I think it was her time to go. Like, I don't think she was able to give that much more on the show. Yeah, I think it definitely the right decision for sure. And I would have hated to have seen Utica go. Utica is giving some of the craziest fashion, the craziest drag on the stage. So glad to see she's staying here. All the best to Elliot. Gaggiest Gag this week has to straight up go to Symone. She is creating iconic moments on the Drag Race stage. Like, it's incredible. So Symone, hats off to you. Fascinators off to you, in fact. Let me know in the comments down below who has your gaggiest gag. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to press that like button down below, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. If you want to check out more of me, make sure to check me out on all social media at Julianne Hoore. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, folks.